October 20th marked 3 months since the unexpected and devastating stroke that Sofia experienced. Immediately following the stroke, she was unconscious, unable to move any parts of her body, on a breathing tube, a feeding tube. She had several drains coming from her head due to the bleeding in her brain, and she had a continuous fever that was unregulated. After about a month and a half, she was able to open her eyes. She started to move the left side of her body, able to breathe on her own, but still unable to speak, unable to eat, unable to sit, walk, or stand. She was moved to a rehabilitation center, which is where she currently is. Most recently, she has been able to say some sounds. They're working on her ability to comprehend and speak. She's been diagnosed with aphasia, global aphasia specifically, which basically is damage to the parts of her brain that regulate comprehension, language, reading, math, and the ability to express herself. She recently has been able to sit up on her own and is starting to be able to have some consistency with the movement on the left side of her body. I've been concentrating on trying to understand what she needs from me and from the caretakers around her. And I recently came across a book that I started reading that was actually a brain scientist who experienced a stroke called Stroke of Insight. And she talks about what she needed and wished she could tell people when she was going through this experience. So I wanted to just read a section of which she wished she could have said to people during this time. Bring me your gentle spirit. Speak more slowly. Enunciate more clearly. Again and again. Please try again. Slow down. Be kind to me. Be a safe place for me. I am vulnerable and confused. Reach for me. Respect me. I am in here. Come find me. I know that Sofia is struggling so hard to communicate, and she's just unable to at this point. Her speech therapist is working with her on visuals such as this to help her to point and communicate and to potentially start to verbalize these different symbols. I've been advocating for her continuous therapies. She is constantly at risk of losing the resources for her therapies due to insurance regulations. If she's not making the kind of progress that insurance wants her to, they can stop giving her therapy. So I'm constantly advocating. She's making very small progressions, which is just on the hairline of keeping her resource from week to week. She's starting to be able to tolerate ice cubes in her mouth. So she continues to be on a feeding tube, but is unable to really swallow on her own, but she's just starting to be able to tolerate ice cubes. One of the things that's interesting is it feels, as I'm understanding what is happening with her brain, is it's sort of she's trying to put pieces of puzzles together. And Sofia is an avid puzzle maker. Here are a couple of puzzles that she did right before her stroke. You can see this one of Noah's Ark, and then this one of the bedroom from Van Gogh. And this is actually a puzzle that she was in the middle of completing, another Van Gogh puzzle that I kind of see as a symbol of what she's trying to do now, is trying to finish putting these puzzle pieces together to help being able to process what's coming in and be able to communicate what's going out. So Thank you, everybody, for the amazing support, the prayers, the cards, the gifts, the support that everyone has given that's being able to help me support Sophia in the way she needs to completely come back to us. We're working on helping her to restore so she can return to us. We know she will not return the same. Obviously, this experience is changing her, but we know she's coming back. So thank you all so much for all your support, and I'll continue to provide you updates. Thank you.